Being 7 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order. Would you join me in the pledge of the flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today we're going to start with our swearing-in ceremony. We've got some newly electeds.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of,
the duties of
state your position,
Township President
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
You are duly sworn.
All right. Now you're officially stuck with us. All right, we're going to have Lynn, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Hand?
Here.
Mr. Grover?
Here.
Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
Mr. Halchansky?
Here.
Mrs. Vanderwater?
Here.
Ms. Lesniak?
Here.
Mr. Zachariah?
Here. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 20th?
Moved. Second.
Any additions? All in favor?
Aye.
That is passed. We'll do the citizens' comments first and then the organization meeting. So citizens' comments, anyone wishing to address the board?
Lisa?
How are you? Just wanted a quick update. I was hoping Mr. Foster would be here. All right, Lisa, you got a microphone, yes. You gotta
I
announce
should be
yourself and your
professional
address.
now.
I think it's on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. All right, Lisa Jarmus, 415 Idlewood Boulevard. All right, was hoping Mr. Foster would be here just, to pick his brain about signage. Because the last time I was here, first week of December, he said the signs came in last week. Then they were missing a machine or something to put them in. But it's just, the signs just like have bolts. So if he wants, I can put them on the things, if he wants. I can save everybody time and volunteer my time.
The post.
So like the white signs,
What
like
I'm saying
the,
is it's the posts that have to be changed as well, and he needs to be able to dig to get to put.
okay, my understanding was the yellow signs were coming off and then the white signs were going on.
Right, they're
So-
actually a much bigger sign. My understanding is that the post
Okay.
attached to that's going to be changed as well.
Okay.
That's my understanding. He's out with COVID right now.
Oh, that
That's-
stinks, that sucks.
Yeah, that's why he's out.
Okay, and then one other thing, after the last meeting, you told me you talked to the lieutenant or whoever, and they said there was no problems, and then I sent you an email with videos the next day, I'm like, I disagree. So you updated, or you asked for more patrol, impactful patrol, huh?
I was a little more stirred the second time.
Yeah, so it was awesome because they were there Monday morning. I was like, hey, do you want coffee? Use my driveway. All my neighbors said you can use their driveways. It was cool. He was there 7 to 9 the first day, got 9 cars, I'm sorry, the first day. And he could have pulled more over. And he was only doing double the speed limit or more. And he's like, I could pull over the buses if I wanted to. So it's a huge issue. The school needs to do something obviously too. So then the next day he got 5 more cars and an arrest pulling into school. So I wasn't sure if any of that came back on record yet or anything to show that it was working, and it seemed
Don't know how many of them have appeared in court yet.
Okay.
And I haven't followed up with the court to see.
Okay.
I did warn them that we were going to see some additional from that area.
Yeah.
And the surrounding circumstances.
Okay.
So actually Jay Plumey was just here. I had a discussion with him and Darlene came as well.
Okay,
I haven't followed to see how many of them have actually appeared in court.
Okay, so there was 14 total in the 2 mornings. he was asking when the kids were going on break, so he's like, I'll be here this day, this day, this day, Friday it'll be somebody else, next week I'll be back. They were there for 2 days, and then like nothing happened. So he could have used probably 5 officers with him because that's how bad it is. So he's pulling people over, and he's running to his car because he was outside. He's over in their driveway.
I saw it all.
He's over in their driveway, and he's like running to get into the car, and then like he's pulling out, and like cars are almost smashing into him because they're flying down the road, and he's got people pulled over, and they're just flying by him, and I'm like, this is insane. So they definitely could do more, and there was never in the afternoon, unfortunately, and it's different cars, obviously, picking up or whatever. But it did help for a couple of days somewhat, so those cars that got pulled over were slowing down, and then by the end of the week, and then back the next week, it's like a raceway again. And some of the cars that I saw him pull over were actually flying by again. So they're like, whatever, he's not out here anymore, so we can keep doing it. So, yeah. And a kid was hit in front of the high school too, that week that I was here last.
Yeah.
So the kid suffered a broken leg going through like a
Walking across.
yeah, and that's just scary, you know? So they are in a crosswalk, they have all the signage and stuff, we have nothing, so, you know.
And that's a little road too.
I'm pretty sure it's the second kid this year.
Second kid this year,
From
yeah.
high school.
This is my neighbor Matt, yeah. So,
I'll follow up with Lieutenant Merber again.
okay,
And let's see if we can get him out there for the evening this time.
yeah, and then definitely signage. Signage would hopefully help so they can't say, I didn't know, you
As soon as
know?
Doug's back from his COVID,
Okay.
I'll send him an email anyway, but just
Okay, I
his conversation.
couldn't remember his email, and I think the one that's listed online, he said doesn't work or something, so I don't know. But,
Well,
Eric, do you know if the machine's back?
We picked it back up on, came back last Friday, and obviously just coming back up from holiday
Yeah.
things.
Do you know if it's on schedule for this week at all?
It's on the schedule, I think, for next week. We're in the middle of putting a couple trucks back together, all
Okay.
trucks, and that's our priority, unfortunately, right now.
Eric works down with the highway
Okay.
department and
I
usually
like
comes
sort
to
of
all of
this
our
trip.
meetings, so I saw him sitting back there and I thought I would just grab him in this conversation. Okay, so we have some information.
All right, and then any word on stop signs or anything like that?
The signs are in, they're on schedule to be put in. It should, with the machine back, we could probably accomplish it all within one day.
What about stop signs? No.
Stop
Yes,
signs
no?
aren't our purview,
Stop signs,
unfortunately.
you have to go through the county to get it approved.
Yep.
Okay,
They have to do a study and see if it's justified. Can't use it for speed control, that's the unfortunate.
okay. Interesting, okay. That'll be my next list. I'll leave you alone for a couple weeks. All right.
It has been a couple weeks.
I know, I try to give you guys a little bit of time and then, you know. Yeah, but I wanted to let you know that the cops were out
That's
and
great.
they were pulling people over going 30 or more, so double the speed limit or more. And he's like, I'll come back next week and if they're still doing it, I'll drop it down to 10 miles an hour, you know? So it seemed like he was all into it, you know, and then they vanished. So I assumed like maybe something happened, but then like nothing since. So and that was the 11th and the 12th.
He said the afternoon they had to sign up for it, nobody was signing up for it, so it might be trouble getting people for the
Oh,
afternoon.
yeah.
With the enhanced patrols, number one, they have to be outside of their regular patrol. So if they do get another call, that has to take priority.
Yeah.
But it is their level of volunteer when they can.
Yeah, for overtime or whatever, but I figured speed zones, or
Oh, yeah, well-
school zones, I figured that would pay for itself to,
We'll get somebody
you know.
else out there again.
Okay.
He said he loved doing it.
This is Matt, you wanted to talk to. So, yeah.
If we love doing it that much, we'll get him out there again.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, he was nonstop. He probably had more than 5 the second day, but one of them he sat for an hour because of suspended license. So that kind of slowed him down.
Would you just state your name and address?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Matthew Ledoux, 416 Idlewood Boulevard. Yeah, it's just nonstop. I see people flying by. It's, like I said, way over the speed limit.
Yeah. The combination of having some continued presence there and then replacing the signs, hopefully will have an impact
Okay.
long term. But we're gonna have to be consistent.
'Cause I know some people are saying it's poor signage. It's not poor signage. I can see the signs clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know how much bigger they want the signs.
They're gonna be bigger. So
Now, how far from the stop sign are you actually gonna post them? Because they're only just before the stop sign.
That's a question I don't have the answer to.
Okay.
I'll definitely.
Because now they got that new entrance for the buses.
Right.
And the 15 signs actually just passed it. They got a yellow sign before it, but that's recommended.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna come
That's
out.
when you're replacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's, we're changing that out. So it'll be an actual posted speed limit and not a
Which
recommended.
they'll put it before the
Yes,
new bus circle there.
they should be putting it before.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board? No? Seeing none, we're gonna move on to our organizational agenda. This is the fun part. All right, we're gonna be approving a lot of organizational steps for the government, and we're gonna take them in groups. Let's start with groups of 4, we'll see how that works. The first group is going to be a motion to approve blanket undertaking bond covering all town employees as required by section 25 of the town law. And town justices are specifically covered under that blanket undertaking as required by public officers law, section 11(2). We're gonna set the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 7 p.m. as the date and time of our regular town board meetings. The first and third Wednesdays of each month at 5 p.m. as the town board work sessions. We're gonna appoint attorneys for the town board, the joint zoning board and planning board, and a labor attorney. Our agreement with Costello, Cooney, and Fearon is hereby approved for 2024 legal services as per budgeted amount. Canadian Bell Town Board Attorney, joint zoning board and planning board attorney, and Christopher Meltello, attorney for labor matters. And designate our official newspaper of 2024 Eagle newspapers, the Messenger, and the Post Standard as necessary. Can I get a motion for these first 4?
I'll make that motion.
What do you
Okay.
second?
One and a second.
Or I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna take the next 5 in the next block. Number 5, designate M&T Bank of Baldwinsville, Solvay Bank of Baldwinsville, and NICLAS as depositories for all general and special accounts, and authorize the supervisor or deputy supervisor to make all deposits and withdrawals and sign checks on checking accounts. Approve Solvay Bank Baldwinsville as a depository for the funds of the town clerk and receiver of taxes, and M&T Bank for justices. Authorize the town clerk to make deposits in the receiver of taxes account. Authorize the Parks and Recreation Department and Special Assistant Teresa Proctor to make deposits in the general account at Solvay Bank. And authorize the town clerk to make deposits in the general account at Solvay Bank and M&T Bank. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Add this as part of that?
Is that part of the motion?
Yeah.
Oh.
Petty cash.
Well, let's rescind that. As also part of 9, establish petty cash funds for the town clerk, the justices, Parks and Recreation refunds, the pool, concessions, and the codes office as listed.
I'll make that motion again.
I'll second again.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. And next we'll go 4 or 5 again. So set mileage reimbursement rate at 67 cents for use of personal vehicles for official business. Further, the rate shall stay concurrent with IRS rate throughout the year should there be any changes. Reaffirm the town's investment policy, which is attached. Approve the schedule of fees for 2024 to be charged by the codes office for various application permits, filing fees, legal and engineering deposits and securities, as well as all fees charged by the town clerk office and park for facility usage, also attached. Town clerk names deputies Diane Spazzato, Anne Marie Doyle, and Rosemary Johnson, and the supervisor names Teresa Proctor as executive assistant to the supervisor. Could I get a motion to approve?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. And we'll take the next 5 as well. Appointment.
15 through 20.
All right, yeah, we'll scoot down to 20. Okay. Appointment by Supervisor of Darcy Lesniak as Deputy Supervisor. Appointment of Jason Hoy as Town Engineer with a term to expire 12/31/24. Appointment of Mark Budash as Chairman of the Zoning Planning Board with a term to expire 12/31/24, and James Schossenbach as Vice Chair of the Zoning Planning Board with a term to expire 12/31/24. They're going to be reappointing Mark Budash to the Joint Zoning and Planning Board with his new term to expire 12/31/30. Appoint Christopher Perdue as Safety Officer, and appointment of CNY SPCA as our Dog Control Officer as per contract signed for 23 to 25, and set fees as per those charged by the CNY SPCA. Can I get a motion to approve?
Moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. We're going to do number 21 all by itself. Appointment of Natalie Zachary as Town Representative for the Oakwood Board to a 3-year term running from January 5th to December 31st, 2025. I'm going to...
I'll make the motion. Second.
Whatever.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Our next group, appointment of Jennifer Sullivan. I'm sorry, there's a correction there. It is Jennifer Sullivan to represent the town on the Canton Woods Board of Directors. Approved payroll rates and dates for 2024 per budgeted for elected, non-affiliated, and appointed personnel, and named individuals to those positions.
You want to just take those two?
Yes.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Next, approve seasonal personnel job roster and rates for Parks and Recreation Department per attached sheets, union and affiliated personnel payroll rates per respective agreements. And approve new board committees. We have truncated our board committees to the following 5: Planning and Economic Development, Facilities, Public Safety, Personnel Administration, and our Ethics and Oversight Board. Could I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That motion carries. And the last set, reaffirm town procurement policy from Chapter 50 of the Town Code as revised in 2011. Blanket approval for payment of budgeted professional memberships and dues, required trainings and conferences for professional, local, county, and state associations for elected, appointed officials and department heads. Set the standard workday for retirement system purposes at 7 hours per day for IUOE members and non-represented hourly employees. Approve blanket approval for town engineer utilizing DE Tiroli to perform budgeted or emergency drainage and culvert work within the town for the ensuing calendar year via Onondaga County contract, and set bill-out rate for town engineer for 2024 at $95 per hour.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carried and is approved. And that,
Motion to adjourn to the regular town board meeting.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
We are now in a regular board meeting. Well, we now have a government. And we'll move right on to item number 1. Approval of vouchers in the amount of $270,188.15.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Did you want to say what the amount is?
He
I
did.
did.
Oh, okay, it was in La La Land.
70 something.
It is $270,188.15.
All right, thanks.
We have first, second, that is approved. And we will move on to item number 2. Introduction of local law A24, amending our solar regulations. We're going to,
This is just introducing the local law.
We're gonna be
scheduling a
having our public hearing.
On the 17th. This, we have a local law in place. but the committee has met and made a number of recommendations, and so the amendments that have been circulated reflect the committee's recommendations, and they are intended as solar has continued to increase in popularity among developers. The regulations that, the amendments, I should say, to the regulations are intended to further protect the character of the town, I think is a safe way to put it. It is to preserve and protect agricultural lands, specifically lands that have prime soil designations. It is to protect the development areas so that the town has a limited area where development in the future is available due to existing infrastructure. This is intended to address that. And it's also intended to beef up some protections to the town, whether it's for the decommissioning, whether it's for bonds that are required. So the language is just, it also redefines the solar systems and a tier system. So that's what's before the board for introduction this evening, scheduling public hearing at the 17th. Just to give you a little overview, because we don't always This is great.
I'll make a motion, we set the public hearing for January 17th at 7 p.m.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next, introduction of local law B 2020, should be B 2024? 2023.
Yeah.
Moratorium on smoke shops. Now, intent of the board of the town of Van Buren is to impose a 6-month moratorium on the establishment, creation, maintenance, advertisement, or operation of new smoke shops within the town of Van Buren. We're concerned of the exponential increase of them within the town and want to make sure that we set some parameters, and not to try and stop people from opening them, just to make sure that we have all the rules in place. So can I get a motion to introduce or to set a public hearing for that moratorium for same date, January 17th?
To introduce local law B of 24 and set the public hearing for 1/17/24 at 7:01.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Councilor committee reports and comments. Roger, your first one.
I don't have anything.
What? 3 days in?
3 days in, we have nothing. Good.
Poor Roger doesn't even have an email.
Is it his email, right?
Didn't even have a key.
Had to knock on the door today.
So I don't have any updates, but I am looking forward to the new assignments with the committees that I have been assigned to. And welcome Roger
Thank you.
to the board.
Okay, John, Mike.
I would also like to, number one, welcome all the new committee members and certainly the returning re-elected committee members. Appreciate all the work you guys all do, and thank you.
Darcy?
I don't have anything.
Wendy?
I just want to thank everyone for coming and Happy New Year. I want to also welcome Roger. We're happy to have a new face up here and some fresh ideas, so please let us know everything that you're thinking and ways you think we can better the town. And that's it for me.
I love the first meeting.
And I have nothing this evening.
Great. My comments, I'd also like to welcome Roger, and we're expecting a dry sense of humor, because that's when Howard was brought
Big
to the table.
Howard used to whisper all the time.
That's right. One of the things I'd like to just comment to the entire board, I think we have an exceptionally good group, work well together. Collaborative efforts throughout my first 6 months have been exceptional. I'm hoping that we'll be able to continue that. I think the division of labor that we've come up with our committees will help in that regard. So I'm just looking forward to continuing to work with all of you and starting to work with Roger. We have no superintendent today and no engineer today, so Nadine, any comments?
You have an attorney here, but she doesn't have comments. I've got nothing further than what's been said.
Lynn, first time of the year? All right.
Motion to adjourn to January 17th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Moving right along there. Thanks very